Howdy, Possum Patty here with another author's blog. Ooh, hot off the press. Hot off the press, yes. What am I doing today? I'm going to try and do a little bit every day, but some days I might be busy doing stuff. Yeah, life happens. You got to do stuff, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try and get a little bit done every day. Well, today's author's tea, have you noticed my beautiful forget-me-not blue teapot that I got at the flea market? Yes, I did. Oh, I love it. I love it. Oh, because forget-me-nots are one of my fave. And today's creativity, creativity was gifted to me, yes, and it's a Hawaiian tea from Honolulu, and it is a pineapple, strawberry, organic green and white tea by the Hawaiian Natural Tea Company. And it's very hot still because I just brewed it. Let me see if it's ready. What might be. I might let some sit in there with the tea bag for a little bit longer. Okay, so we got some creativity. We got some notes hot off the press. And I've got my computer. All right, so today I'll just talk a little bit about what I did today. Make a little progress, right? You got to make a little progress. And then I'll read the next page. I would love to read a chapter, but I don't have a whole chapter written yet. No, this is going to go page by page, right? Page by page. And everything, reviewed, proofread, edited, things crossed off, words changed. This is draft. Yes, this is all just a draft. So remember that when I'm reading. Yes. And don't forget to critique. Yes, don't forget critiques. Oh, I got some really good comments yesterday on vlog number 1. Oh, about waiting to the end to get a finalized title, because sometimes the titles just write themselves by the time you finish the story, and reading level and all kinds of things. Yes, all kinds of things. Very helpful, very helpful. So today, I got a notebook. Yes. Be truly glad. There is wonderful joy ahead. And it says 1 Peter 1:6. Okay. So that's where that came from. And I studied a little bit about literary devices today because it's going to be part of the story. Yes, you can't hear that part yet, no, because you got a couple pages before you get there. But I have to stay ahead. Yes, I have to stay ahead of y'all. Okay, and analepsis. Analepsis. Analepis. Analepsis is a narrative technique that interrupts the main storyline to include past events. And I didn't even know I was going to use this, but once I started writing it, I'm like, I bet you there's a name for this and a description of what I'm doing. And I should look that up and figure that out. Yes. So I wrote that at the top of the page. And then below that, it says buttercup. Because when I was out walking around the yard, buttercups are blooming. Oh, buttercups are blooming. I got to put that in my nature journal. Where's my nature journaling list? Oh, it's with the nature journal. Oh, it's right here. I know. Interrupt myself. I've got to start writing everything down. Because, the brain she's a broke. Buttercups are blooming right now. I'm working on my June nature journal and my new Al journal, which is sitting right there. Buttercup. And I was like, buttercup. I really love that. Buttercup. That could be a character's name in this story. Yes. So I'm going to jot notes down here. I have notes in the computer. I have notes printed out in here. And the reason why I'm keeping so many notes is because, like I said in the first vlog, I'm learning all of this as I go along. And when I get ideas for the story, I want to write them down because I'm going to forget them. And this is going to be a series of books, yes. So I have to keep it going, right? I can't just write the story and forget about it. No, because these same characters and storyline have to continue through the other books, yes. So I have to have tons of notes. Yes, I do. So I know what I'm doing. Okay, so notebook, taking some notes. Buttercup, that's got to be somebody's name. And literary devices, yes, analepsis. So at some point in the story, coming up very soon, the story is going to be interrupted. And it's sort of like a flashback, yes. It's going to go back and start again from another character's point of view. And it will end, right? And bring you right to where the first chapter ended. Mm-hmm. So you have the first chapter, then the second chapter goes back a little bit from another point of view, and it will continue on until it gets to this point again, and then this storyline will continue in chapter 3. I hope that makes sense. Yes. I'm sure you've read books like that, right? I'm sure you read books like that. And the funny thing was, when I was writing it, and thinking about it as a literary device, yes. I remember that when I was reading some books and the author did that, I found it very annoying. I was like, what happened? Where's the story going? Why am I going back? I want to see what happens. I want to see what happens. But yeah, now that I'm actually writing a story, I can see why an author did that. Yes, because you have the story in your mind. Yes, and it's like, these 2 points have to converge, but you can only tell one story at a time, and then you can tell the other story. I think that's a little better than flip-flopping like every other paragraph between the 2 stories. Yeah, that'll just get too confusing. So one whole chapter will bring you to a point, and then this whole chapter will give you a little backstory and bring you right to the same point, and then it will continue on. Continue on, yes. Hopefully. Let's see if the tea has cooled down. Pineapple strawberry. Oh, I can taste the strawberries. Strawberry is a little stronger than the pineapple. Oh, strawberry. June is strawberry picking month. Yeah. Okay. Notebook, literary devices. The other thing I did, I try to do a little bit on the computer too, is I have to get tech savvy with this. And I did a little research on, again, it's the black-capped chickadee past the mourning dove o'clock. Well, because I did my journaling at the mourning dove, and now that it's the black-capped chickadee, I have to do my story writing. It's still light outside, I know. So, where was I? Okay. Got to get tech savvy. And I did some research on formatting your story, self-publishing. Yes, I'm going to read all the stuff about self-publishing and formatting your stories and uploading it and the Kindle and doing all that stuff. That's going to take some time. So I read a bit, and one way of doing it, there's many ways. One way of doing it is with software that's provided for free from Kindle, and it's called Kindle Create. Kindle Create. So I downloaded that for MacBook. I have a MacBook here. And yeah, I installed it, and then I I put the television on while I was baking a cake. I baked a little chocolate cake for Mr. Possum to have for dessert today. And while that was in the oven, yes, I was watching a video on different gentlemen describing how to use it, uploading all that stuff. I found one who was really good, and I watched him for a while. Then I actually got out my computer and backtracked the video and tried to follow along with some of the things. So I took a part of the story and I uploaded it into Kindle Create, which is just, it's not really uploaded in the internet to Kindle, it's in the computer, right? And I've been playing with it, formatting different things, and this guy was really, really good. And the paragraphs and the titles and the table of contents, it'll put in all the different pages that you need about the author, table of contents, preface, whatever you want. It does all that for you. And I have to finish formatting this, but I'm not going to do a lot with the formatting, obviously, to like write more of the book. But it's going to take me a while to learn the text. I figured a little tech at a time, a little writing at a time, a little note taking, learning about literary devices, story plots, and all that stuff, right? It's a process. Yes, it's a process. So I got the Kindle up here, but I'm going to shut that down for a second here. I put a word count in, and I have 1,488 words written, almost 1,500 words. Oh yeah, this is good. So my sister called, and she's writing her book, and she sent me a copy of what she was doing, and I sent her a copy of what I was doing. And I gave her some pointers about readability and stuff. And she went to Chat GPT to help her out with that. Yeah, so that was another thing we did today. We had a little author conference, a little writers workshop between sisters today. Yes, we did that. And she was thinking about how long a novel was, I said novella, and she said, "What's a novella?" She didn't know what a novella was. Well, a novella is just a short novel. And she said, "How long does it need to be?" And I said, like 10,000 words or something like that, 15,000 words. And the novels are like 40,000 to 80,000 or something like that, 100,000. But then once you get up to like 200,000 or something, then it's like an epic. I don't know. It's just still learning all that. I should make a note of that, right? Yes. So a novella is a short novel, and 100 pages. We'll just make it easy. 100 pages with 250 words a page would be a novella. Well, I only have 3 pages and I have 1,488. So I'm averaging almost 500 words a page. So I don't know if I can go by 100 pages for 15,000 words. So I need like in 30 pages, I'd have 15,000 words. Okay, I'm not the person to do math off the top of my head. All right, if I have, let's reduce it a little bit. If I have 400 words on the page, and I want to do something that's around, what does 4 go into evenly? We'll say 12,000 words, right? 12,000 words. Okay, so I need 30 pages. Did I say 30? Okay. I guess I can do math in my head. Okay. So I need like 30 pages. That's not bad, right? 30 pages. It'll be a little longer because with this Kindle Create, you could actually put in little images at the beginning of each chapter. Although I don't know if it'll put the same image in at the beginning of each chapter, but we'll see. And then I want to put an image like maybe between chapters or something like that. Although it's going to take me a while to do those sketches, but I'm going to play with that too. Yes, I'm going to play with that too. I'm going with 12-point font, which is more standard. 12-point font. And I don't know if it's going to be too small. If I made the font bigger, it would be 50 pages. We'll see. During the final format, we'll see. I'll kind of lay it out and play with it a little bit. Yeah, maybe I can get 50 pages out of it. We'll see. Anyway, okay. So that's my that's my progress for today. Should we get on to the story? Oh, there's a few possum peeps out there. I can't wait to see what happens next. It's a page turner. Yes, this is going to be a page turner. Only you don't have a page to turn. I'm sorry. I'm still writing. That's good. Okay. So, the first part of the story, right? There was a big storm, but the fairy sisters were all snug in their little house, and they were working on a bed for little Bybie, who was an injured ladybird bug. If you want to hear the details of the story, you've got to watch vlog number 1. Yes. And it ended with a mysterious shadow of a creature collapsing. Angela Rose's pointy ears perked up. "What was that?" she asked sharply, her eyes darting about the room, searching for someone in need of help. It sounded like a cry. Ruthie Rose paused for just a moment. "It's only the wind," she assured her sister, emphasizing the word wind with a final strike of her hammer. Done. Angela Rose crossed the room to inspect her sister's handiwork. She stood watching as Ruthie Rose placed a soft cushion filled with dried sphagnum moss inside the little bed. As she settled Bybie down atop it, she asked, "Did you add some lavender and rose petals to it?" Her sister gave her head a nod. In a questioning tone of voice, Angela Rose suggested, "Maybe we should put it by the stove?" With the little bug still inside, each sister lifted one side of the bed and moved it. Bybie was feeling quite pleased with all the attention, even though her wing still throbbed a bit. "Not too close now," admonished Maggie Rose as she removed a dozen muffins from the oven. "I wouldn't want the little one to burn herself." Then she added, "I'll brew some mint tea and get the honey. We'll have a warm treat before bed." Later, as each fairy sister was snugly tucked in, the soothing sounds of sleep came from only 2 of the beds. Angela Rose, fully awake, was staring at the luminous stars that Ruthie Rose had painted on the ceiling using a special pigment she had borrowed from a firefly. There was a gentle tingling on her skin, as if she was walking through a spider's web. Someone was in trouble. She was sure of it. As quietly as she could, Angela Rose pushed the overstuffed down quilt back and swung her bare feet to the floor. Her sparkling wings, fluttering ever so slightly, lifted her onto her toes. Silently, she made her way to the window. She stared into the darkness, straining her keen eyes to try to catch even the faintest glimpse of movement. It seemed as if the rain was finally letting up, but a mist prevented her from seeing anything other than a little brown moth clinging to the other side of the window pane. Angela Rose crept back to her bed and tried to still her worried mind. Sleep arrived just as the storm was leaving. The only thing tossing about in the quiet night now was Angela Rose in a restless slumber. The friendly face of a full moon smiled as the clouds parted. Silver moonbeams streamed down upon the fairies' garden, encouraging the fireflies to begin their nightly dance. But instead of rising high to the treetops, the blinking lights gathered over what seemed to be a puddle within a puddle. Cliffhanger. Well, thank you for allowing me to share today's author's work. Yes, my progress with notes and technology and the story. More to come. Stay tuned. Happy writing. Bye-bye.